You might be wondering if it's a good time to apply to become a U.S. citizen. Yes, a hell yes, if you are eligible, of course, to apply. So if you don't quite know for sure, it's not just based on number of years before applying, it's a whole slew of factors. So if you need some assistance, you know who to contact here at Green Card Guys. Information is down below in the description box. As you may have heard in the last month or so, in August and September, there's been a few updates, and that is on the USCIS website. USCIS announces the 2025 Naturalization Civics Test, and they say this is going to satisfy the statutory requirement for immigrants to demonstrate a knowledge and understanding of American history and U.S. government. All right, so they have a memo here. They released this update about 7 days ago, September 17th. Okay, basically making changes. We're going to give you the link in the description box below. But essentially, what they're going to do is, well, what is right now? Okay, you got to get at least 6 English civics questions correct, or not at least. You only need to get 6 questions. So if you answer the first 6 questions correct, they're not going to ask you the other question. But you have up to 10 questions. All right. Now they're going to change it. They're going to make it 20 questions that they could ask you. But if you get the first 12 correct, then you pass that portion of it. Okay. Now, it's very important you know this because now some people watching this might think, oh, no big deal. Of course, I know U.S. civics. There's been a lot going on in 2025. I learned a lot more. I get that. But for some people who understand English, understand U.S. government, okay, not saying you have to be an expert in this, but even if some people don't speak English, there are some exceptions to having the test in English, okay? So let me go and share my screen again. Then I clicked on the Federal Register notice because some people might be wondering, when is this change going to happen? I'm happy to share with you, or at least show you. This notice was effective September 18th, 2025. However, USCIS will administer the new updated civics test to immigrants who file their application on or after October 20th, 2025. So what does this mean? If you're eligible, go ahead and file ASAP before October 20th in 2025. And guess what? You can actually, many lawyers don't want me to show you this. Look at that. You can actually file online. This is from the USCIS.gov website, okay? Now, keep in mind, again, of course, if you want to verify you're eligible, the best thing to do is contact an immigration law firm and get their guidance from start to finish. We're here to help you. It's not just about arrests or crimes that could affect your good moral character, period, for example. But they do have a little thing here that says naturalization eligibility tool. It's actually pretty decent. But the thing is, I did a practice run through it earlier. I was asking this question, were one or both of your parents U.S. citizen? I'm just going to put no. They try to figure out if maybe you're already a derivative, automatic U.S. citizen, for example. I'm going to go ahead and put 18 and older. Are you part of member of the U.S. Armed Forces? For simplicity, I'm just going to put no. There are some rules that can make it a little faster for those who are members of U.S. Armed Forces. Okay, so are you a lawful permanent resident? Yes. If you're not, then you can't apply. If you were a recipient of VAWA, then you have a 3-year rule to apply for that. I'm just going to put no. Okay, and then when did you become a resident? So I'm just going to put the one in the middle. Okay, they want to verify this. If you got your sponsorship originally for the residency through a spouse or not, a U.S. citizen. And if yes, then you're eligible to apply the 3-year rule, we call it, which is technically you can apply 3 months before. But if the answer is no, then you have the 5-year rule, which you can apply 3 months before that. So let's just put yes for now, okay? And have you been married 3 years or longer? Yes. I'm just going to put yes for that one. I'm going to put no here because when I put yes, then I'm assuming it's going to ask questions about, yeah, there you go. Have any of your trips been outside the U.S. longer than 6 months? I'll just put no. Okay. And now it says you may be eligible. Now it says, keep in mind, key phrase here, may be eligible. Doesn't say you are eligible. And you know why? Because there's a lot of other considerations. What this quiz is doing on the USCIS website is more about the timing to file your application, not about the nitty gritty detailed requirements. So again, if you need some assistance, you know who to contact here at Green Card Guys. Information is down below. All right. So there are a lot of concerns about even to apply application for become U.S. citizen. So there's other updates. You can watch my video about that when we get that recorded. That will probably show up on this side, I think, right there. Okay, if you do want to contact our team, there are a couple different options, by the way. You can see that right here. Okay, they're the options. You don't have to speak to one of our attorneys. You can, if it's more about, hey, I just want to get started, then you can go ahead and select the pre-qualify option, that which are meetings with our client care specialist. If you do have specific legal questions, absolutely, we do have our attorneys available for a meeting. All right. And by the way, we do have a live show almost every day when I get a chance. I try to have a regular schedule at 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Sometimes because of meetings and other things, court hearings and USCIS interviews, I might not be able to make it. But for the most part, go ahead and follow down below, subscribe, and click the bell for future notifications. And we'll talk to you soon.